Good though.
Yeah,
Ooh.
brother, I've been good, man. Just day by day. You know how it goes, day by day. Just trying to keep up with everything. Um,
hmm
yeah, man, and I've been seeing you, dude. I've been seeing you, bro. You've been super active. I've been seeing you in so many clips, dude, and you're always consistently at the 818. So
Yeah.
it's good. It's good to see you doing well, man. But how's everything else been? How's life been? We're live now, by the way, too. So welcome to the show.
Ooh.
But how's life been, man?
Yes,
How's everything
bro.
been treating you?
Life's been good. It's been stressful because everything that's going on as far as COVID is concerned. But um, I've been good. Just trying to push as much as I can. Um, Especially crump wise. Just trying to find time to lab as much as possible. Especially when your big homie is under eyes. It's like you understand because I mean, beast, like baby eyes, like. You're a monster beast, so you would understand the pressure that comes with being under a big homie that's an ice.
Yeah.
Um, it's like it's either because being a Beano, like that's I don't know. It came with pressure that I didn't understand at first, but now it's like I get it. I get it. I really gotta push. So it's been good. Just been labbing as much as possible and all that jazz.
Dope, dude. And so, how long has it been now that you've been Baby Beno?
Whew, 3 years, almost 3 years.
Dope. Was he your first big homie?
Yep, he's been my first and only big homie.
That's tight, bro. That's
Yep.
tight. Fuck yeah. What was it that was there like a place where you approached him, or did he approach you about being in the fam? How did that happen?
Whew. So I actually met Bino whew, two 2 years ago. It was like after an incident had happened where most of his gear had gotten stolen. And I helped donate some money in order for him to get his gear back or buy some new gear. And after that, we just hit it off. We just started talking, growing that friendship. And then after a while, I just offered the question to him. I was like, "How would you feel about me being your little homie?" And he was like, "Sure." And we just kept talking. To, and then after a while, I had asked him what name I would be because I didn't know. And in order for me to asked that question, I asked him, "What does Bino mean?" And he told me that his legal name is actually Brandon, and that he was at a low point in his life, and he was at a church, and he was just looking through a Bible, and the name Bino popped out to him, and he's like, "That's the name I want." And when he looked it up, it meant God's son or
Oh
God's
wow.
child. And when I was talking to Bino about it, I was driving. I remember I was in North Hollywood with Bino. We were driving and I had this kind of vision, flash, whatever you want to describe it as, and saw myself in God's arms as a baby. And I was like, you know what? I want to be baby Bino. And since then it stuck.
That's tight, man. Fuck yeah. Um,
Yep.
so 3 years under Baby Beno, or uh, with the name Baby Beno.
Yes,
That's
sir.
that's buck, dude. And a lot of people don't, like you were saying, like a lot of people don't really understand too what that pressure comes along with. Like, so for people who might not be in so into krump watching this video, um, having a little homie name is pretty much being their student. You are under their tutelage,
hmm
you are under their guise, you learn from them, you hang out with them, you this is the person who's kind of guiding you through krump. So
Yep.
what has been some of the things that you think that in these 3 years that you've learned from Bino, that you've taken not only from krump but also from outside of krump? What are some of the things that you think that he's taught you in that sphere?
Whew. There's so many things, but probably the biggest thing is always give 100% and always be humble. Because I know one of the biggest things that he told me, because 2 years ago or last year actually, I approached him because I told him I love being Baby Bino, but I'm trying to level up. One day I want to be your twin. Like that's my goal. I want to one day be his twin. He's like, you can do it. It's gonna come with hard work. You can do it, but you have to stay humble. He's
Mm,
like, it doesn't matter what you do, you have to stay humble, or I'll check you. And I was like,
mm-hmm,
bet. And it, I can tell, like for him, it doesn't come from a place of like you have to stay humble. It's just be good, but be humble about it. Be
mm-hmm,
good, but like you can be kind, but be humble about it. Don't just throw it out there because like, yeah, I'm this person, and like, like how some people are because of that heavy testosterone, as heavy testosterone as it is in krump, where it's just like, yeah, I am this person. But it's like, no, just be humble about it. We're all humble, we're all human, we're all doing the same thing we love to do. We're dancers, right?
mm-hmm.
So it's like we're all just there trying to express ourselves, trying to have our one moment to shine, or have our one moment of I can do this. So I think one of the biggest things is definitely staying humble, but also giving 100%, giving your all in whatever it is you're doing. Because I'm whoops, actually starting to get into videography with Bino, or at least he's gonna start tutoring me on it, because that's something that my biological brother has been passionate about with film. And seeing him do what he does and Bino doing the same thing and seeing them like do their craft, it just made me want to see what I can do through another lens apart from dance.
That's cool, man. Yeah, because I feel that even all of us, we all want to be good dancers. Like
Hmm.
especially if you're under somebody like a Beano or Beast or really anybody. Everyone
Yeah.
is trying to be better dancers.
Hmm.
And not everyone. I don't want to say not everyone is going to fill that that highlight reel role. This main event dancer role. For me, especially right now, I can't be that dancer that's traveling consistently.
Right.
I have a little kid, I have a son. I
Right.
have a young son. So
Hmm.
going and traveling to Germany because there's a tournament isn't that easy for me. Or
Right.
traveling over here or battling every week at the 818 is
Right.
hard for somebody like me when I have I work a labor job. I work in construction,
Hmm.
so I'm up at
Yeah.
5 in the morning.
Hmm.
And not to knock people who do that, but that's not all of our position in
Right.
krump. Some people's position comes in and they want to be the videographer
Right.
because we need somebody recording the sessions. you
Hmm.
know we need somebody taking the pictures.
Hmm.
We need that person,
Right.
whatever facet it is.
Hmm.
So it's tight to kind of see you, because I still remember seeing you the first time dancing,
Yep.
and then now it's
Yep.
like, oh shit, he's Baby Beno. And then it's like, oh shit, he's doing all this stuff now. And so now to kind of see you begin to also metamorph into this videographer role too, is that's tight to see, man. That's
Yeah.
cool. And the staying humble part is, I think, is huge too, because especially in our arena of being under somebody who's a creator, or has an eyes name.
Hmm.
A lot of guys get lost in the sauce. They get
Yeah.
lost in the sauce. They
They
they pick
do.
up those names. They get lost in the sauce, and next thing they're not the same person that they were,
Hmm.
previously.
Yeah.
And shout out, man, shout out, Childish, my man, Childish is on here commenting too.
So,
He's saying Baby Beno's growth is crazy, and
oof. Thanks,
I
bro.
definitely have to cheers to that, man, because yeah, dude, your growth has been inspiring, bro, and that's why I'm super glad that you're able to come onto the show, dude, and talk about it a little bit. Um,
Thanks, man.
so for people, so you're in 3 years, yeah. So you're kind of starting to exit your rookie phase.
Hmm.
What would you say has been, besides being Baby Beno? What would
Hmm.
you say would be probably one of your favorite krump moments so far?
Whew. That's last year on my birthday, I approached Lil Rowdy and asked him for a pack out. I
Ooh.
asked him for an 818 pack out,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone pulled up. Ruin pulled up, Shoot. Ches almost pulled up, but he was late. I didn't want that. I did, but I didn't. Because I was like, it's probably my one chance that I can't even not even battle. I don't even care about that. I mean, it's tie dyes. It's tie dyes. Just that. But it's like being able to see him dance, not dogging anyone else, but dogging me, and look at me like an opponent is like it's like that was like a he. I don't know. I look at him as an inspiration to as a goal. I feel like every comper does, but there's one track. I was talking to the fam yesterday. There was one track. I think it was Morph's guitar. I was listening to it. I'm like, I need to turn this off because I'm still traumatized from my pack out. Because Dread got off on me. Beast almost got off on me. Gabe, Cube, um, shoot, Cat. Like so many different people got off on me, bro. It was bad. Fudd, oh, bro, Fudd, Fudd picked me up, put me on his shoulders, and banged with me on his shoulders, bro. Like that was, it was so bad. It went onto the Krump meme page.
Yeah, I think I've seen that.
Yep. So if you guys are on the Krump page and you see Fudd picking someone up, that's me.
Yeah, and so also for people who don't know, like what we do in Crump, we do these things called cages. I mean, you can get caged for a plethora of reasons. You know, maybe you're
Hmm.
pissing people off, or maybe
Yep.
it's just your day. Maybe they say, "Hey, Corpse, you're getting caged tonight, dude." So it's like, all right. Um, Birthdays is always a big day to get caged on.
Yep.
Caging for fan put-ons, caging
Hmm.
for all kinds of stuff. But
Yep.
when you're getting caged, it's you versus a number of people.
Everyone.
So I remember I got an 818 cage one time for my birthday.
Oof.
Um, I went 25 rounds. It was for my 25th birthday. Me and Exile got caged
Ooh.
together. So yeah, those are memorable. Those hurt. Those hurt
Yeah.
because you don't know when that's going to end. I mean, it's
Nope.
supposed to end on your birthday round. Like if you're 21, you go 21 rounds. But sometimes,
Hmm.
motherfuckers get carried away, and sometimes you
Yep.
go 30 rounds. But it's always fun. Those are always fun. Um, 3 years, Baby Beno, caging at the 818. So 818 has kind of been your spot, huh? Like
Yeah.
that's been your boots on the ground.
It has. It actually started out with Beast Camp
Mm-hmm.
because when Beast was teaching those, what was it? Tuesday nights, Thursday nights,
Mm-hmm.
um, back at the Hawthorne spot, a Cipher spot.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it all started. It started there, alongside the 818s. I stopped going to the 818 for a while because I was training with Beast. I was still Baby Beno, but I was training with Beast for a while, and then it was just those classes. I think I saw you at a few of them too.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and from there, I don't know what happened. I just started going to the 818 more and more and more. Oh, I know what happened. COVID happened. And then it
Mm.
stopped for a while. And then all of a sudden, I saw Dread posting 818 footage. I'm like, is the 818 still happening? He's like, yeah, just pull through. So I just started pulling through. And since then, I've just been back. And my recent post was the last 818 session, like the final one for this year, which was crazy. Just seeing my growth from then till now, it's like, I just, I can't even believe myself. Like, is that
Bro,
me?
and you with the leather jacket, and I was looking at you, I was like, yo, he looks like fucking Beano. Like,
Everyone says that, man. Everyone says I look like Bino, and they think that I'm his little brother. And at
swear
this
to
point, I'm
God,
like,
bro.
at
Yo,
this
man,
point, I'm like, you know what?
even when I seen you at the Beast Camp first, I was like, yo, what happened to Beano? Like he don't look the same. Like, am
He
I
got
like has
shorter.
it been that long? Like, there's no way. Cause dude, when I first started at the 118s, and I would drive up from Oxnard, all this shit,
Ooh.
and I would get frustrated because I would use my car,
Right.
and I never asked for gas money. I never asked anybody for anything. Like there would be a lot of
Hmm.
times I wouldn't even dance because the session would be so crazy. And here I am
Yep.
driving an hour to not even dance,
Yep.
really. But I remember Beno one night. He leaned over. He's like, "Hey, man." He's like, "Thank you for letting us use your car, bro." I was like, "Oh yeah, like no problem. Like I'm just here." He's like, "Nah." He's like, "You want to dance?" He's like, "I can make sure you dance." I was like, "No, no, 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 nah." Because it was like him, Sherwin, Kevin,
Yep.
Spartan was still Little Eyes then,
Oh. Yep.
and so it was like it was an eyes. It turned
Yep.
into an
It
eyes
was an
session
eyes
real
night.
fast.
Yep. I know those.
So we're in
Hmm.
like I'm in the middle of an eye session, and here he is like, "Hey, you want to dance?" So I always had a lot of love for the 818, and always had a lot of love for Bino for that, man. um
Yeah.
he doesn't get all the credit that he deserves sometimes.
No, it doesn't.
um that's dope though, bro. So now as we're kind of like you're kind of starting to mature, and we're both starting to kind of mature into the movement. I've been around for a few years now. You're starting to get your bones in. What's something that you hope to see more often or see more of from Crump? Whether it's a dance aspect or just a part of the community.
Uh, Definitely, probably talking about mental health.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I feel like we've talked about it a few times. Because I remember there was one time I was just frustrated. I don't even remember what I was frustrated about, but I remember calling you and saying, "Bro, I don't know if I can do this." And
Yeah, I
you're like,
remember.
just like put your foot down, just keep going. Crump is like one of those movements where you gotta keep your head. I'm like, I don't know, but like you kept telling me, just keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it. And I just kept going. And I mean, bro, but mental health is such a, like, is one of the things that I'm passionate about because I go through it. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like a lot of men go through it when they don't, because it's stigmatized that men don't go through it, but we know we go through depression, we go through anxiety, we have our moments of I don't want to do this anymore, not because of well, yes, because we're frustrated, but also because I feel like there's no outlet outside of Crump for us. Like, don't get me wrong, Crump is an amazing outlet, especially like for me. Yeah, I can look super peaceful. Excuse me, I can look super peaceful, right? But on the inside, I'll be angry as hell. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'll be super upset, like because especially like I started crumping because my mom passed, and
Mm-hmm.
I needed an outlet, and popping wasn't it, breaking wasn't it, locking wasn't it, and I trained in all those styles, but I was like, that wasn't it. And when I reached crump, I was like, okay, all right, I can mess with this. This is something that I can feel myself really pouring into. I can feel myself really, like, those movements of whether it's just a jab or an arm swing and releasing, you're like, oh, that feels so good. Just because it's like you're getting all that frustration out. And after a while, though, and I've heard Sherwin say this too, that after a while, it just becomes a cycle of just toxicity being like as a cycle, going round and round and round, where you feel good for a moment, but then it's like, boom, you're down again. You go up for a moment, and then boom, it's like live and buck, live and buck. But after a while, like it just reaches a point where you need something else.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Whether it's like I feel like we need a session where we talk about our problems first. It's not
Mm-hmm.
just, hey, how you doing? Oh, I'm good, bet. And then we go off and laugh to the side. It's like, no, let's sit, let's talk, let's chat, and be like, hey, what's really going on? Like
Yeah.
let's get to the nitty gritty, you know? Like how can I help you? How can I support you? How can I be there for you? Um, because honestly, Bino and I feel like we're closer now because we opened up to each other about our own our own mental problems. Um, I opened up to him like after the realm. We were just in the car together, and I was driving back, and I was like, bro, because something had happened to me the night before, and I just couldn't. I lost my battle because my mind was still on the night before, and I was just like, my mind was not here, bro. And I told him why, and I told him all the things I was going through, all my depression, all my suicidal thoughts, all the things that I was going through that I talked to my brother with. But it's like, bro, after telling him that and him telling me, bro, I'm going through something similar. Let's talk about it. I'm here for you. Whenever you need me, reach out. Like being that kind of big homie, being that kind of friend, being that kind of brother. Like that honestly reached a point where he stopped being my big homie, stopped even being my friend, and he became a sibling. Because
Mm-hmm.
I've been like when people tell me I look like Bino, I find that as an honor. Because honestly, for me, I don't see Bino as just someone who I know. Like I see him as a sibling because I see him as like there's me, there's my big brother, and then there's Bino because Bino's older than him. And
Mm-hmm.
Bino and my brother are super similar. Like they're crazy similar. They're into the same passions. My brother used to krump. I didn't know that. Um, and it just reached a point where now I can't. There's no week I have without Bino.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just, if we open up more about our mental health issues and talk about it and discuss it and remove the shame and stigma and all of that jazz, especially for men, I feel like there will be so much breakthrough, bro. There will be so much breakthrough because once you talk about it, you stop closing that door of shame and you stop closing that door of stigma and oh we can't talk about it, that's not something we talk about here, we're here to have a good time. It's like no, let's talk about it, get it out, and then we get it off.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like once we get it out spoken, or even if we write it down like Sherwin does in a journal, or even writing in poetry or music like Kat does, or so many different things, once we start with that and then get into the lab and then get into the session, I feel like that's when progress happens
Yes.
because you can just you can speak it out in poetry, write it down, have someone else that does music like play it or someone else make a track while you speak your poetry over it, boom, you have a track.
Mm-hmm.
But you have a track that's not just nigga this, nigga that, nigga this, nigga that. It's something that people can relate to, where it's
Mm-hmm.
like I'm down in the dark moments and all of that stuff. Just being able to speak, and once you speak, expression, dance is expression. People are gonna relate to it. People are gonna feel it, and once they feel it, I feel like that's when the craziness is gonna start.
Mm.
You know what I mean? That's my
Yeah.
personal opinion.
Yeah. I can definitely relate where it's like thinking the idea of mental health for me, right, has never been something that I've gotten out dance wise, right? Like there
Hmm.
has been scratches that couldn't get scratched just with dance, right? Like,
Yeah.
loss of a parent. Like
Hmm.
it is not something that you're going to get your rocks off simply by dancing. You
Hmm.
have to talk that out. You need to. I feel like you're saying, I feel like if we do take a moment before to say, "Hey, man, how are you doing?" Like for real, like because we always hit each other like, "Oh yeah, I'm good. Oh, you're good, good, good. That's good." Like like this
Hmm.
preloaded, prefabricated
BS crap. Yeah.
response. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like very quick. They just rolls
Hmm.
out of our mouth, and little do we know, it's like, bro, you're actually compartmentalizing your feelings right now.
Right.
you know
Hmm.
this interaction we're having where you could be vulnerable with me right now, you're deciding to put this emotion into this little box, right? And in your head, in most of our heads, we think, oh, I'll just get it out during the session. Sure, you get some of this out, but is it gone? Like, is it
Right.
done? Is it
Hmm.
have you Sure, you went in, you packed it all into the session, but did you unpack it within yourself?
Hmm.
And I do strongly believe that us men have a huge stigma of of mental health, and what it is to either work on it, address it, approach it, not approach it. Guys who approach it or seem to be super, super emotional or sensitive, and guys who don't approach it enough seem to be, toxic, and they're practicing toxic masculinity or whatever people might be able to say. But I
Mm-hmm.
I like to sum it up as a lack of coping. Like, we don't know how to cope properly. Maybe we're coping a little too much, right? Maybe we need to take from some of our guys and say, okay, I need to be strong through this. But maybe they
Mm-hmm.
should take from us too and say, yes, I'm going to be strong, but let me get this out. Let me tell
Right.
you how I am feeling so that I can
Mm-hmm.
be strong now with how I
Mm-hmm.
feel. Um, and and so for you, right, what would you, so besides maybe even before, like an opening talk with people, what are some other things that you would want to see maybe happen in the community so that people can start opening up about their problems or start opening up about the issues that they're facing?
Oof. I honestly, I personally feel calling each other more, just reaching out. I understand, like, the argument is, oh, I'm busy, but we're all busy. We
Mm-hmm.
all got jobs. You're a parent. Like, there are many people that are parents, right? We all got jobs. Or I can't say we all got jobs, but a lot of us have jobs. We all have busy schedules, right? But if, like, God forbid, like, even with Bino, right? He didn't know that I had suicidal thoughts until I told him. And he was like, "What, bro? No." He's like, "No, no, 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 don't do that." And I wasn't going to, but the thought was still there.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. And I'm still like looking into therapy and all that jazz. So don't worry, I'm good. But it's like having someone to tell this is what I'm going through and having someone say, call me if you need me. That's a difference. And having someone that will hit me up saying, "Hey, bro, you want to come with me to the shoot?" or "Hey, bro, you want to play some games with me?" or just changing it up instead of it being, "Oh, you're going through your own thing. That's fine. I'm going through my own thing." You
Mm-hmm.
know. But really, I feel like we're losing the definition of community. Even though, don't get me wrong, it is there. But I feel like the one person in my eyes, because I'm only 3 years in, excuse me, the only person that I've seen do it for me, apart from Bino, is Sherwin and Lil Rowdy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, those are the two people I can say, apart from a few others, that would reach out to me and be like, "Hey, bro, how are you doing? Like, how you really doing?" You know? And I feel like people need to reach out to each other more and the pride out of, get pride out the door. Because outside of Crump walls, we're all people.
Mm-hmm.
Bottom line, we're all human. We all wake up, we all go to sleep. We're born, we're all gonna die. Like, we're all
Mm-hmm.
human. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, no matter how busy you are, my advice would be reach out to someone. Like, if it's someone you haven't talked to in a while, be like, "Hey, bro, I haven't heard from you in a while. You good? You straight? How you really doing?" You know, even outside of your fam, someone that you talk to outside of your fam, call them. Or even outside of Crump, for people who are watching this that don't Crump, call someone that, like, you don't normally talk to, and just being like, "Hey, how you doing? How are you really doing?" And let's set up a brunch, let's set up a lunch, let's set up a coffee, let's set up something,
Mm-hmm.
instead of it just being like, "Oh, you're good? Great, let's go about our day." You know?
Mm-hmm. Um, Man, and for everybody who's watching, and I've put it down on wax many times, I've dealt with my own, my own suicidal ideations and attempts, all this shit. And, your life matters, bro. And I want to make sure you know that. I want to make sure that your life not only matters to everybody around you, it
Mm-hmm.
matters to me. And I'm
Yes,
thankful
sir.
that you're alive. And I'm
Thank you,
thankful
bro.
that you are in this world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We've all, yes, we've all dealt with our own stresses and our own trials and tribulations. Yours is unique to you, you know,
Hmm.
and I want to make sure I say that so that no matter how big your issues may seem like in your life, they're never too big for mine. Yeah, and that's for
Yeah.
anybody who watches this video.
Hmm.
Find Cipher, find my man Baby Beno on Instagram. Yeah, because
Yes, sir.
y'all's lives matter to us, right? He's
Hmm.
a genuine person. I can say that. I can say that 100% on wax.
Thank you, bro.
Um, and I know that you've dealt with a lot, and I know that you've, because I definitely want to get into this. I know that for a moment you also had to hide pieces of yourself, and I
Yeah.
want to make sure that we have a chance to even talk about that. I don't know exactly how you want to lead into this, but
Whew.
you've had to. I'll say it like this: you've had to reveal parts of yourself, right, that others may not agree with. Right,
Yeah.
it's not my place to agree with it, but what my place is to love you for who you are. Right,
Yeah.
and that's
Hmm.
it. That's my only job on this earth is to love you for who you are. Right. So I don't know if you want to go ahead and open up about that, um, because I think this is definitely important for people to hear, dude.
Yeah. So I recently came out as non-binary, which means I don't identify as a guy or a girl. I'm just me. And I also came out as pansexual, which means I love everyone, doesn't matter if they're trans, non-binary, cisgender, which means they were born a girl or they were born a guy. I just love them for their personality. And I had to come out, I didn't have to, but I came out to uh my I came out to I came out on Instagram. I came out only I came out only as pansexual on Facebook, but now I guess both. But on the Krump forum, I came out as pansexual, which was huge for me because I felt like I was hiding a part of myself
Mm-hmm.
from a group of people that meant the world to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because whenever I'm at the 818, whenever I'm at any Krump event or at any Krump session, I feel like, wow, I'm at home. These are my people.
Mm-hmm.
Because one of the videos I ever first watched was of Eyes and Rest in Peace, legendary ER. Like, I watched the video where they were both talking about, like, in a Krump event, that's the place where you can be Krump. Like, you can dress Krump, you can act Krump, you can dance Krump. I didn't understand that until I stepped into Krump, and bro, that this journey has been crazy. But I hated hiding, like hiding that part of myself where I was like, I don't know how it would be if I were to have a boyfriend and bring him to the session. I don't know how it would be if I were to have someone, if I were to date someone and they were to be trans and bring them to the session. What would that be like?
Mm-hmm.
You know? And that scared me because it was also like I was scared of being, because it's so heavily male dominated with heavy testosterone, heavy everything, where it's just like, aggression, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, how am I gonna say this? How am I gonna reveal this? How am I? Because I feel like there's also so many people in the crunk community. I'm not speaking for them. It's just what I feel that are also in the closet. But
Yeah.
because no one says anything, they don't say anything. And I just felt like, you know what? If I had to be the scapegoat for people to feel comfortable to say, this is who I am, fuck it. I'm gonna be the scapegoat and I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm non binary, so what? Yeah, I'm pansexual, so what? I'm just gonna be me and reveal it. Because if I have to suffer so they can say, hey, this is who I am, and be accepted and be loved and be able to get off without being abused in a session, I'm like, not saying that's ever happened. I'm just saying, as a what if, just a disclaimer. Um,
No,
Like
FUD didn't torture
then
Raki because he came out as non-binary.
it's like
No, disclaimer,
yeah,
he did not do that because of that. Yeah.
yeah, and it's like being it's so weird because it's actually so hard. But one of the things that touched me was being able to be accepted by Bino, being able to be accepted by Rowdy, being able to be accepted by the 818, by Beast, by you, by so many other crumpers that when I came out, all I saw was love. I didn't see the negative. I knew it was there. I didn't see it, but all I saw was love saying, "Welcome to Crump." Because for them, it was like, now you're being your true self. And
Yes.
once you're your true self, you can truly access who you are in Crump. And I didn't understand that, and I was wondering, why aren't I getting better? I'm doing all the moves right, or what I thought was right. But it's like, why can't I get that same feeling that everyone's doing, you know? And it wasn't until I came out that something clicked, and I was like, this feels better. I'm fine. I'm just me. And the session after I came out, bro, I was wilding. And then recently was the last date with Nate, and that was after well, that was after I came out as non-binary to Lil Roddy, and I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna dance. I'm just gonna be me, and I'm just gonna get off because that's what I do, regardless of who I am, no matter of who I love or my gender. What I do is I dance, I crump, and I love it. Bottom line, like doesn't matter anything else. So I'm just gonna get in, I'm get off. And internally, I was like, God, I hope I can dance like Bino tonight. Because, when Bino gets off, he gets off. And so when I started dancing, I was like, what can I do? And then I just popped off. I don't even remember most of what happened. I texted my one of the new people that's gonna be under Bino, Zach. Um, I texted him. I was like, "Bro, I'm watching my footage over and over and over again because I can't stop watching it. That his that was the best I've danced in all of my career,
There you
and it's
go, dude.
like,
Yeah.
bro,
And like even like we were saying right now, man, like you know, and me and one of the guys that I had on the show recently, we actually talked about this, and it was like, we both come from very old school families, um, and I've had a sister who came out as lesbian, and I
hmm
remember seeing her go through it with my mom, and I remember when she finally told me about it, I was just like, dude, I don't give a fuck. Like, do you feel
hmm
better? Like, do you feel better now that you told your little brother that, you like girls? Like, I don't
hmm
give a fuck. Like, but if you feel better, great. Like, this is great for you. For me,
yeah,
I don't give a fuck. Like I
hmm
said right now, my job isn't to care about who you love. My job is to love you, like for who
yeah,
you are. So quite frankly, like great. If you feel better,
hmm
fucking great, dude. Like this is makes everything better for me. Like as long as you're happy, for
hmm
you. As long as you're
yeah,
happy, I'm happy, right?
right,
If you feel like you danced good tonight, for whatever reason, for whatever it was, that makes me happy, right?
right,
That's gonna bring a smile to my face because my job isn't my job isn't here to erase this stigma. My job isn't to erase this battle that you're having because that's your own walk in life, right?
hmm
Like that's your own walk.
right,
My job is to be here for you during that journey, right?
hmm
Like not to judge it. My job is not to change it or persuade. My job is that is not my job. My job is to be here for you, right? And
yeah,
so to know that I've been able to go through this journey with you too, you know what I mean, is tight for me. It's a coming out for me too. Like it's
right,
like hey, my man came out, dude, like look at him, congratulate him. And sure, I have my own beliefs or whatever about everything, but like I said, that's not my job. My job is not for that. My job is just to simply support you, man. And it
yeah,
made me happy. It made me happy when I seen that post. I was like, cool. Like, it's one thing when I see people. especially who are super new in krump, like guys who are like a few months in and they kind of start figuring out how their jabs work and how they like to move, how their bounce works. And to me, it's like, okay, like I like seeing that because it's like, okay, now they're starting to understand what their body is telling them.
Mm-hmm.
There's this recognition. And so seeing that from you, I see now there's this recognition between the inner and the out, right?
Yeah.
Where we're trying to make our out match our in. Now you hit a spot now with things like that and things in your krump where you're comfortable revealing who you are, revealing who
Yeah.
Baby Beno really is.
Mm-hmm.
Now your inside is matching the out.
Yeah.
Now this is now starting to match everything that's really happening out here. And that is magical as fuck to me. Like that is just that's great, dude. Um, what would you and you even said earlier because I definitely believe it. There's definitely a couple people who's running around in the closet. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know why. You know, it's 2021, dude. Like it's
Oof.
kind of time to get
I know
past all
why.
that. Again, I have my own beliefs, you know, but
Yeah.
that's not for their life, for their own sake.
Yeah.
I would hope that they start thinking about these things. What would you say to somebody who may be having trouble, you know, either coming to
Yeah.
terms within themselves or
Mm-hmm.
coming to terms with the people around them? Like what's some advice you could give them or what's some things that you think that they could do to try to ease that for themselves?
That's a loaded question. I would honestly say, first of all, I understand it is hard as fuck. I understand it's hard as fuck because even myself, like even though I knew there was like bad in the background, all I saw was love, but still, like energy wise, I could tell people were like eyeing me up and down, you know? So I get it. But at the same time, look at me. I came out, I'm fine, I'm safe-ish. But it's like the worst that they can do to you, I hope, in Crump, is get off on you.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they do anything else, they're bitches.
Mm-hmm. 100%.
Because it's not anything they're like, they could hit you, they could hurt you as much as they want. That's not going to change who you are. I'm saying that for me too. Not saying anyone has hurt or hit me, but if someone does, it's like, that's on them, you know? Um, but going back to what I was saying, look at me. I came out, right? Um, and I'm okay. I'm still me. I'm still getting off. The most I can do is prove niggas wrong. That I'm still gonna be me. The best I can do is prove niggas wrong. I'm just gonna keep loving. I'm just gonna keep better. Keep getting better. Sorry. I'm just gonna keep loving up. Because at the end of the day, it's like, what you gonna do? Get off on me? Bet. I'm alive. I'm gonna get off on you. Then it's
Mm-hmm.
just gonna be a back and forth. So what? You have a problem with me? Let's get off. Let's dance. Then let's talk it out. Or let's talk it out. Then let's get off. Then let's talk some more. You
Mm-hmm.
know. But to everyone that's in the closet and scared of coming out, do it in your own time.
Mm-hmm.
Don't rush coming out. Don't feel like you have to be obligated to come out. But do know that when you do, you'll feel so much better because you're not going to be hiding anything. You're not going to be hiding who you are. And if you ever need someone to talk to about it, inbox me. Talk to me. I'll talk to you. Like, we can talk about it. It will stay between us. 100%. 100%. Want to put that out there. I'm not going to out anyone. Ever. Ever, 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 ever. Because I've been outed before. I've been outed before I was ready. That was true. But I understand. I get it. But if you want someone to talk to about it, like, just inbox me on Insta. Yeah, you can inbox me on Instagram or Facebook or wherever. Just hit me up. I'll be more than happy to talk to you. Just take your time with it, figure it out. If you want to come out, great, welcome. If you don't want to, I understand. I get it. Take your time, you know. But just know at the end of the day, if no one else loves you, shoot, I love you.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be loved. I'm gonna support you. Shoot, I'll probably be the person that's hyping you the most in this session. I'm probably
Mm-hmm.
gonna be the one that's gonna hype you the most in a battle or whatever. But if you're listening to this outside of krump and you don't krump or you don't dance, still more than happy to talk to you. Still more than happy to just listen. Because sometimes that's all we need, right? We just need
Mm-hmm.
someone to listen, not even give us advice, not even just like fix things for us. But sometimes we just want someone to sit there and listen, not a therapist, not someone, but we want a friend.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's how I felt. Because after a while of going to therapy, I was like, I just want a friend. I don't necessarily want therapists to talk to about all this, about like coming out and stuff. It was just, I just wanted a friend. So, yeah, that's my 2 cents on it, bro.
See, and that's that's a big thing that I myself am trying to kind of find myself in, and hoping that people can trust me with is that, again, I don't, whatever it is, whatever you're going through, whatever you might be battling inside, you can come to me with, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
I feel that in krump we get so caught up in the
Mm-hmm.
lab battle
Yep.
session,
Mm-hmm.
and in this weird cycle we lose this cycle of, the camaraderie of checking in, like, hey, I know
Mm-hmm.
you just had this big battle, bro, like, you good, like, there was a lot of
Oh, yeah.
preparation, maybe it didn't go
Oh,
the way
yeah.
that you wanted it to,
Mm-hmm.
maybe you prepped and did everything you could, but when you got there it just didn't happen, it just didn't come
Mm-hmm.
out.
Right.
And for us there's so much preparation into that you know whether it's because you're battling, with your, with coming out, or whether you're battling with your parents on some other shit, or maybe you're just going through a tough time at school or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
You go through this battle and maybe you lose, and now you got this double whammy of, fuck, I can't do anything right, I can't even battle properly, I can't, like, I'm not in, and you begin to feel
Yep.
unworthy, and
Yeah.
that unworthiness will have you spiraling out of control, and so for me, for you, for anybody who might be going through anything, myself, I feel like we just need to continue to create these safe spaces of, no matter what you're going through, bro, like, I got your back. Like, you say we're fam, you
Mm-hmm.
say that we're krumpers, you claim me as your own. When you call me a krumper, you claim me as your own.
Mm-hmm.
So treat me like your own, right? Like, let's talk
Mm-hmm.
about it, bro. Like,
Right.
and even if I'm not talking to you, talk to me like I'm your
Mm-hmm.
own. Like, I'm your own
Yeah.
flesh, bro. Like, we're all in it
Yeah.
together, right? Like, that's what we're doing,
Right.
right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What has been the most, ever since this, there's been this great reveal, and now you're kind of starting to dance and being able to wear your own shoes, right? Like, you're able to wear
Right.
your own shoes now. You're
Mm-hmm.
not in this half, like, I'm a half wear this shoe and half wear this one. Like, you're in your path, you're walking your own path.
Right.
What's been some of the things now that you're looking forward to, now that you've gotten this off of your chest? People are now able to accept you more for who you are.
Mm-hmm.
um, what are the things now that you look forward to now? Like, is it just more dancing, more camaraderie? Like, what is it?
Definitely more dancing. Um, yeah, the biggest thing right now that I'm looking forward to is just dancing, because I'm doing my best to train a lot, and within that, I'm just ready to show people that, like, not not even on some like rugged shit on like here I am, I'm trying to show people off. It's like no. It's like I'm just trying to show people that I can do it and not even show people but show myself. Like my biggest enemy is me. Like my
Mm-hmm.
biggest battle is with myself every single day. Even within the lab. Like in my mind, every single time I watch a footage, I'm like, how can I do that better? What can I do? What can I do to make that better? How can I stop better? How can I jab better? How can I stomp better? How can I move more like Beno but not like Beno? How can I move like Ches but not move like Ches? Even though it's like that takes years and years. But it's like, how can I move like Spartan? How can I move like Beast? How can I do all this crazy shit that they do but spin it? And it's like, it's hard because like I push myself so hard. I'm so hard on myself, bro. It's not even funny. Cause like even one thing I mess up, I'm like, damn, I suck. I'm like, nah, nah, nah. Let's get back in the lab. Let's get back in the lab. And then I'm like, damn, I can't do it. All right, let's pick it up again. But like I spend so much time. I'm hard on myself because I spend so much time in the lab. Maybe not physically, but mentally, I'm always thinking about krump. Like krump is, I love krump with all my heart. I'm always thinking about krump. Sometimes I even dream about krump. Like there are times I'll be labbing so much when I go to sleep, I'm labbing in my dream. Like that's like when you reach that point, you're like, damn, what am I doing? It's like I'm doing what I love,
Yeah.
you know. So the thing I'm looking forward to is dancing, but also like I don't know what it is. I've been telling everyone who can hear me. It's like I don't know what it is about next year, bro, but I have a good feeling. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's going to be in January or in December of next year, but something feels good. I'm looking forward to it. Whether it's being able to get off more with the people I love, or whether it's just chilling, with the people I love. Regardless, I'm just excited to be alive. I'm excited to have breath in my body. I'm
Oh,
excited to be
yes.
able to eat. I'm excited to move. I'm excited to do what I do because, like, someone once told me that dancers are like superheroes because we do what some people only dream about doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, some people do flips, some people can do like floor tricks that'll make your mind spin. With crumpers, we do it all. We go from the
Mm-hmm.
ground all the way up to the sky and spin and then stop and keep getting off and do so much more. You know, and bro, I'm so excited for what's to come that I just constantly labbing because I want to be ready. Because I don't want God to send a blessing and for me to be asleep while that blessing comes. I don't want, it's kind of like that parable of the people that were asleep with the oil. I forgot what it was. I forgot exactly which story. I may be mixing them, but like these people slept. Jesus came, and then by the time he was leaving, they woke up and asked for oil, and then it was like, no, get your own.
Mm.
And Jesus said, like, why weren't you ready? You were asleep. Why were you sleeping when I told you to be ready?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I'm not trying to be asleep while my blessing is coming.
Oh,
You know, I'm really trying not to be asleep while my blessing is coming. I'm not saying I'm perfect. Shoot, I just started believing in God again a few weeks ago.
okay.
Like, not even on some religious crap, just like a legit relationship. And
Mm.
it may not even look perfect to Christians, but it it's something to me, and I'm still working on it. You
Mm-hmm.
know, because I don't even know if you know this, Corpse, but like after my mom died, I just could not believe in God. I just could not. I would not go to. I went to church for a while, but I was like, I just can't. I cannot go to church. Can't be around it. Like I just can't. But actually, it's because of Bino. It all goes back to Beno, bro. It's because of Beno, because Beno started believing in, well, I think he's always been Christian. He's always believed in God. But very recently, he started telling me, bro, let's read the Bible together. Bro, you know God loves you. Bro, like, and he has scriptures on his wall. Like, he has scriptures on this board that's by his door. As soon as you enter, the scripture's right there. So even when I'm sitting down playing games with him, the scripture's right there. God is everywhere, bro. So it's
Mm,
like for me to say, like, God doesn't exist, I'm like, but how did everything come to be? How is everything here? It's like it
mhm,
has to be some kind of designer.
mhm,
You know what I mean? I didn't
mhm,
even intend for this topic to come, but it's just going back to sleep on the blessing. Like if you're asleep and it's like you're not constantly labbing, because constantly labbing could also be bad. But it's like even labbing once in a while and then taking a break and then labbing and then taking a break, that's different from sleeping. Because if you're asleep and you're not labbing, that's like dead time for like maybe months, right? But let's say there's a big event that's coming, right? I don't want I don't even know if there's a big event coming. Maybe there is in a few months. And if I'm not labbing, I'm not going to be ready for whoever I'm going to battle. If I decide I want to battle at that event, right? I'm not going to be ready. Therefore, I'm missing out on a blessing because whether win or lose, it's a blessing to dance. It's a blessing to forget about battle. Like, yeah, it is a blessing to battle someone. I take that back. It is a blessing because it's an exchange, right?
mhm,
If figuratively, if you and I were to battle, we're exchanging words through our dance. We're
mhm,
exchanging our stories. We're exchanging the things that we've been through. We're exchanging different ways that we move, right? I think that's also something that some crumpers miss out on because we're all trying to be better than each other. We forget to learn from each other because it's
mhm,
like, oh, because it all started out. Didn't dance all start out from friends teaching friends?
mhm,
It's like, even with Ches and Miho, Crump would not be what Crump is if they didn't teach each other Crump, if
mhm,
they didn't create Crump, if they didn't teach their friend Crump, where would we be? You
mhm,
know? So I think people need to get the pride aspect out of it. Just be like, yo, what's up? Yo, let's meet up. Yo, let's work on this together. How can I, or even asking for advice. Be like, hey, like I think people need to be like, hey, even moving this way, how can I make this better? And getting that advice. Being able to be like, hey, corpse, if I jab this way, if I arm swing this way, how can I make that better? And like, oh, bro, I got you. Oh, sis, I got you. Oh, whatever, I got you. I think it's just coming back to labbing to be ready for something that is coming instead of just be like, I got it,
mhm.
you know.
Uh, bro, and I can definitely agree with that. Where it's like, I feel that the more the more we stay ready, right? Like, and it's not saying being overly prepared either, right? It's
Mhm.
knowing that it's the preparation of knowing that when opportunity presents itself, that you'll be ready, right?
Mhm.
Like, I I try to live by this quote where it was, I have never made what is it? I've never been able to create an opportunity. I
Mhm.
just always made sure to be prepared when opportunity presented itself.
Right.
So at all times, I'm always ready. Like, people might not see me at the beast camps every Monday or might not see me at the 818 every Wednesday or whatever. But you best
Mhm.
believe if I'm in the circle and that music turns on, I'm ready. I'm
Yes, sir.
more than ready, player.
Mhm.
So I
Yes,
definitely
sir.
believe in the preparation for when God calls my number, right? And
Mhm.
everybody's walk with God is different. Um, Similar enough, when especially when my pops passed, I was just kind of floating. Like I really couldn't believe in much.
Yeah, I
And
feel that.
Sherman brought me around. Sherwin definitely got me praying again. And I don't have a walk with Christianity per se, but I
Mhm.
do pray now. I do pray. I've been praying damn near every day since December 2nd of 2019. I gotta remember the day very vividly. Um, and so now, like I was saying before, I have my own walk with God, and that's where it brings me back to earlier. People have came out as gay, or they came out as trans, or they came out as this, or they admitted they want to do this, or they want to do that. And I'm just like, dude, I don't like. Why are you even telling me, dude? Like, I don't like. Why are you telling me like this? Like, why is there this big reveal? Like, dude, it's just me. Like, I love you regardless. Like, because I have my
Mhm.
own walk with God to deal with. So why
Mhm.
am I going to judge you? Like, why am I going to judge anybody about their own walk with God, or
Right.
whatever they are
Mhm.
choosing to believe in or not believe in? Like, that's
Mhm.
your own thing. I'm just here to love you.
Right.
And if there's a weight, if you're saying this to me because there's a weight you want me to help you carry, by all means, I have a strong back, right? Like, I have strong arms and strong legs. I can help you.
Mhm.
But if you're saying it to me because you think that I may be judging you, or I may have judged you, no, my man, no, no way, no way. I'm not going to judge, never did judge, don't care to judge. I don't,
Mhm.
it's just not in my, between labbing and podcasting and all this shit, I don't have time to judge people. Like, I can't,
Yeah.
don't have it in my schedule, dude. Like, I have people to check in on, I have people to call. I'm good. I'm good off that. But I
Yeah.
see it, man. I could definitely see a lot more in your dancing now. I can definitely see a lot more just the way that you carry yourself. Even talking with you right now, it's been a little while since we've had a chance to
Has
sit
been.
down and chop it up, man. And I'm glad that we've had this opportunity. So going forward, dude, next year, what's a battle that you would want? What's something that you got for yourself? Is there people? Is there some guys on the radar that you would like to get in the ring with?
Oof.
Or is there maybe some other goals, like dance wise, like strictly krump wise? Like, is there
Mhm.
some other goals that you have maybe out set for yourself going into this next year?
Not battle wise, because I'm right now. I'm just strictly in the lab. Um, and I'm keeping it that way because I just don't want to. I don't want to put myself in the ring when I'm not ready yet.
Ah,
You know. Um, but krump wise, like by the end of next year, I'm hoping to rank up. I'm by the end of next year, I'm hoping not to be Baby Beno anymore. But we'll see what happens, and that's ultimately up to Beno. But I just need to stay in the lab and just hope for the best, you know.
Bino, I love you, man. Rank this man up, dude. Rank this man up, dude. Listen, when I did SLX with Ches, Bino was
Ooh,
there, and
I believe it.
and I had that one interaction with him, really, which made me think really highly of him. But after that, we got to sit down and talk, and we labbed together during SLX and all this shit. And he's a really good guy, man. You got a really good big homie
Yep.
on your hands, bro. So Bino, level this man up. Level him up, dude. Fuck. Yeah, dude, good little homies is hard to come by. Guys who are
Oof,
people who are down for their fam, and down to just be like, yo, like, I want more from the fam. Most guys get
yep.
into one fam, or these girls get into one fam, and they stay for a little bit and they try to get to the next one, and they try
Mhm.
to climb that ladder of what krump is.
Right.
Um, which I get it. Like, you're under somebody who's under eyes, which is a big deal. But,
Mhm.
you know, for you, I see you being beside him, even if he wasn't young guys. I could still see you
Yeah.
rolling with him and still
Definitely.
rolling beside him, even
Definitely.
if certain things, krump stature wise may happen
Right.
to him. I could still see
Mhm.
you fucking rolling with him. And that is big,
Yeah.
bro. That type of loyalty is big. And it's big to me for sure. I really fuck with that.
Yes, sir. Definitely. Cause like I said before, like he's not just a big homie to me. Like anymore. Like maybe year one he was, year two. But like even then, like now, it's like no. He's my brother. He's like He's my mentor. He's my friend. I'm not just gonna be like, yeah. It's like no. Even my mannerisms are like Bino's now. It's like, bro, I spent so much time with Bino. Sometimes I see Bino more than I see my own brother.
Damn.
Like that's crazy. And I live with my brother. Like that to me, it's like, yeah, nah. It's like, bro. But it's all good in love. It's like you said, like even if he wasn't nice, it's like he's still Bino. Even if he's not young eyes, he's still Bino.
Hmm.
He's still the same Bino that I know and I love and I cherish. And shoot, there was a moment I wasn't I didn't want to be under Bino anymore. There was a moment because for a good chunk of time we weren't talking, and I talked to Beast and I was like, bro, I didn't know what's going on. I don't want to do this anymore. He's like, bro, just talk to him. He's like, talk to him and let me know what happens. I'm a bet. So I hit up Bino and I'm, bro, I want to drop the fan. He's like, he called me. He was like, what's going on? Let's talk. And I went over to his place. We had a walk. We had a talk. And afterwards, he's like, all right, what you want to do? I swear, bro. I stood there. I heard a voice in my head, whether it was a conscience, some people say conscience, some people say Holy Spirit, whatever, said, stay with him. Like every single time I would pray about it, something would say, stay with him. And that in that moment, it was do or die. I would either still be a baby Beno, I'll still be a Beno, or I wouldn't. And I heard the voice say, stay. And I'm like, I'm staying. Since then, bro, we've been thicker than thieves. Like, we have not. We're so close now, it's crazy. Like I don't want to be under anyone else. That's facts. I don't want to be under anyone else. Like for the rest of my current career, nah, I'm good.
That's
I'm
tight,
good.
man. Well, Brody, listen, man.
Sheesh.
We've put down an hour. It's
Yes, sir.
been it's been a pleasure, even just catching up with you, man. And I'm hoping to get out to an 818 soon.
Yes,
And we
sir.
could dance together and shit, dude.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
Thank you for coming on here and being vulnerable enough to talk about some of this stuff.
Of course.
Um, is there any last gem or shout out or anything that you want to drop for everybody before we sign out of the smoking section?
Whew. Before I drop the jam, you can find me on Instagram at Cipher007 underscore. On Facebook is J Baidu, Baidoo. Those are the two main places on social media that you can find me. But my last gem is just keep loving and keep having fun. Because at the end of the day, why not?
Mm-hmm.
Why not? Why not love? Why not have fun? Why not laugh? Why not watch that movie that you like to watch when you're sad? Like, why not do something to cheer up? Do something that if you're sad, be sad. But then after a while, get up and just know, reach out to someone. Someone is, if not everyone is always going to be there, but someone is going to be there. You know, life
Mm-hmm.
isn't always going to be perfect, but you always have someone to reach out to. Shoot, you can reach out to Corpse, reach out to me, reach out to someone, And man, that's my final gem, bro.
There you go, my man. Thank you so much, everybody who's
Thank you,
tuned in,
man.
who's still tuning in. Thank you guys. Until next time, this has been the smoking section. Yeah, stay motivated.
Peace.